It was a cold and windy morning in New York. The bitter wind blowing between the skyscrapers made the day even harsher for those living on the streets. On Fifth Avenue, while people hurried to their warm offices or cozy cafes, a man wrapped in an old blanket sat on the corner. His face was filled with fatigue and despair. He wore a worn-out coat and shoes with holes. His name was Mark. Once the owner of a repair shop, this man had found himself homeless after a series of unexpected blows from life. At the same time, a black limousine approached the street. Inside the car sat Donald Trump. Though no longer president, he remained a figure who commanded attention in New York. His eyes caught sight of Mark sitting on the corner. Trump could have just continued on his way, but something made him stop. Despite years of making tough decisions in the business world, sometimes a person's conscience spoke louder. "John, pull over," Trump instructed his driver in a firm voice. The limousine turned and pulled up to the curb. Trump tightened his coat and stepped out of the car. His bodyguards were surprised and on high alert. "Mr. Trump, this might be risky. Perhaps we should move on," one of the bodyguards suggested. "Don't worry," Trump replied decisively. Mark watched in astonishment as the familiar face approached him. Trump paused for a moment. "Hello, my friend," Trump said. "What are you doing out here in this cold?" Mark, a bit embarrassed and defensive, shrugged. "Life can be tough," he said. "I used to have a decent job, but now I'm here." Trump frowned and shook his head. "We can do something to fix this," he said. He pulled out his phone and made a call. "George, meet me right away. I'm on Fifth Avenue. We've got a situation." Within 10 minutes, another black SUV approached, and George, one of Trump's longtime business associates, stepped out. "What's the situation, Mr. Trump?" he asked. Trump pointed to Mark. "I want to get this man back on his feet. Find us a repair shop and arrange a place for him to stay. No one should be out on the streets in the middle of winter." Mark could hardly believe what he was hearing. "Mr. Trump, why are you doing this? You don't even know me," he said. Trump responded seriously. "I face tough times too, Mark, but what matters is getting up and moving forward. I want to give you a chance. The rest is up to you." George immediately began implementing the instructions. Within a week, Mark was at the helm of a brand new repair shop. The workshop was equipped with modern tools and was quickly gaining a reputation in the neighborhood. With the unexpected help from Trump, Mark had found a new lease on life. The repair shop attracted more and more customers each day, allowing Mark to reorganize his life. Thanks to high-tech repair equipment, he could service both old and modern vehicles. Not only was Mark standing on his own feet again, but he was also providing employment for others in need. Months later, Trump visited the shop again. Mark smiled as he shook Trump's hand. "Mr. Trump, you saved my life," Mark said. "I can never thank you enough." Trump smiled and nodded. "You saved your own life, my friend. I just gave you a little push," he said. This story was proof of a journey that began on the streets of New York, that transformed into a new path through determination and kindness. Sometimes a small helping hand could change an entire life. Mark's success story continued to echo through the neighborhood, eventually catching the attention of local media. A news channel wanted to interview Mark. Standing in front of the camera, Mark sincerely recounted his experiences and expressed his gratitude for Trump's unexpected help. "In this city, people usually just mind their own business," Mark said. "But Mr. Trump made a difference. His help didn't just change my life. It gave me the chance to help others too." The interview caused a stir and highlighted Trump's compassionate side, which was praised by the public. The story sparked discussions about the importance of hope and solidarity. Trump, however, continued his life without paying much attention to the media buzz. To him, what he had done was simply lending a helping hand. But in Mark's eyes, this seemingly simple act of kindness had opened the door to an entirely new life. Mark, now running his shop successfully, was providing vocational training to young people and offering job opportunities to those in difficult situations. The repair workshop had become a symbol of resilience and the power of a second chance. The story ends here. If you want to hear more stories like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give it a like. Thank you so much for subscribing and liking. And see you in the next story.